Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Wasteland 2. This episode is going to be about 30 minutes long just because I'm still having technical problems with the game, which is annoying. I got frustrated basically trying to figure out where Beatrice was because she wasn't on the map, and so I went and looked it up. Apparently she's not on the map until you basically go and talk to Dengle. She then mysteriously appeared out of nowhere, which is I find a bit frustrating. I don't like it when games do that, to be honest. But going to speak to Dengle gave me an idea, which I saw that O'Biggin loved eating steaks. Loved eating steaks, and I remember there was a weirdly sick-looking pogo, so let's see what we can get ourselves some steaks. White possum, what's with the white possum? Poor thing, not long for this world, I'm afraid. Name him Pogo, and kept him as a pet. Saw a suiting can sell him. The cancer got him and his poison, everyone who ate him. Gives me something to talk to though, what with my husband gone, being away and all. What, you want to buy my little Pogo for food? I told you he's poisonous. You would kill anybody who fed him. Yes, we want to buy him. We want Pogo steaks. Well, if he's going to die anyway, he's going to die soon anyway. I can't lie and say I don't need the money. 5 bullets. Because my plan is simple. Buy the steaks. Feed them to O'Biggin. Alright, stranger, wait right here. I have to meet here. I had to meet food. Don't say I didn't warn you. You eat it at your funeral. Here you go, strangers. So now we have the poisoned steaks. Yes. Also, someone said that I could talk to the mayor over the fence. You can just go up to the fence and talk to him. Right. Close that up. So after we've gone and done our good deed today and poisoned O'Biggin with poisoned food, we sit down and get down to business. Why is Ralph overweight? Human hands. Human feet. Ew. Thomas, no one's going to buy this stuff unless we go outside. Might be worth doing actually, to be honest. Yeah, someone basically gave me a tip, which is that there's a way to basically poison all the lieutenants in the game. Dangles has a bunch of lieutenants, and there's a way to poison them all. But he basically said I had missed one, so there was nothing I can do about it. Now I have to go and give Dengle O'Biggin his steak. The blinding light of intelligence does not blaze from the man's eyes, it doesn't even glimmer.
Big Gun is eating. What you want?
Here's some possum meat for you.
Oh, give to Big Gun. Big Gun like possum meat. Dangy. Why is the room spinning? Dangy. Why is Big Gun so cold? Big Gun is going to lie down now.
Cross a punk rocker with a leprechaun. That's funny, and that's what you get.
You look smarter than your average jerk, and more ambitious than the townsfolk of Rodea. Those are qualities I could use. Unless, of course, you think what we're doing here is wrong.
Do you have any cat litter?
Cat litter? Oh, of course. You're impatient to get to Hollywood before the winter winds clear the radiation belt. Well, how you spend your free time is your concern, but we have no cat litter. You're welcome to what you find in town, but I don't know of any. Perhaps the ugly doctor.
Dante wants Beatrice at home.
Dante asked you to bring her home? Why don't you ask her if she wants to go? She's a grown woman. She can make up her own mind.
Who are you calling a jerk?
I meant no insult. I'm a jerk myself, a leather jerk, though I didn't start out that way. They captured me in the mountains of Glendale. They were going to skin me and eat me, I believe, but my will was greater than theirs. I talked them out of it, then led them out of the hills with promises of gold and women and leather jackets beyond their wildest dreams. Since then, they've been mine to command.
I get the feeling the leather jackets would have been made out of people's flesh.
It is a mistake to think that muscle alone wins in this world. Any one of my 3 best men, Biggin, the Greek, or Pat the Axe, could kill me with a pinch of their fingers. But, as the great warlord Gandhi once said, strength does not come from physical capacity, it comes from an indomitable will. I live that motto every day. I die if I forget it.
I think Gandhi would like to be associated with you. Who is the Greek?
He oversees operations at the distillery. Fairly smart, for a walking bicep, but a brutal man, and his private life does not bear examining. All I care about is that he's steady and loyal and doesn't drink. And he can kill a dozen men without breaking a sweat.
Who's Pat the Axe?
The Axe may be dumber than Biggin. It's an open question. But he's a berserker in battle, and easily kept in line with drink and whores. Just don't touch his axe. More precious to him than his manhood, it would seem.
What do you think of the townsfolk?
They are the sheep, and we are the wolves. It's the natural order of things.
What do you think of Rodai?
This town was as open as a hooker's legs before we saved it from the synths. All were welcome. Nobody was turned away. No tariff to get in. All the policies of that ridiculously idealistic mayor who believed that sharing Rodia's wondrous bounty would bring civilization back to Los Angeles. Absurd. Making people pay through the nose for Rodia's wondrous bounty will bring civilization back to Los Angeles. That's how the world works.
What's the deal with the Simps?
No idea what their deal is, but I'm glad they were giving Rodia a hard time. It gave us the opportunity we were looking for.
What about the mayor?
If you don't know enough to get out of the way of progress, progress will run you over. Or perhaps hang you from a tower for everyone to see what happens when you impede progress. Now he can see the casino I made of his tavern, the distillery I made of his backyard still, the money-making machine I made out of his bank.
What about the bank?
The intricacies of high finance are no doubt beyond you, but I'm very pleased with what we've done with the bank. Mr. Gecko has been a helpful and judicious partner in this enterprise.
What do you think about the distillery?
The opportunity with the most potential in this dreary little town, and its owner, the mayor and his lazy son, did nothing with it. I don't think they produced 20 barrels of booze in a year. I'm working on producing 20 barrels in a week. We'll be rich. Of course, it would be easier if I didn't have to deal with either of them.
So the mayor has a son that's basically doing something with these people. Interesting. Casino.
100% profit. It's not so much a casino as a green felt abattoir. And for those who like a different sort of game, there are hookers in the back. Another profitable scheme, the townsfolk spend both bullets and seed on my harlots, leaving them weaker in spirit as well as defense.
Yeah, he's cunning, I give him that.
People talk about the beauty of those towers. I don't see it. But they're very useful for making an example of someone.
What do you think about Dante?
The richest and most influential of the farmers that work the crater. And a stubborn man, but I'm working on him. He'll come around in the end.
What do you think about the crater?
Do you know that before we took over, 90% of that farmland in that crater was devoted to fruits, vegetables, and grazing land for possums? What a waste. Now, 99% is devoted to agave plants, all of which goes directly into the distillery to be turned into booze. And from there, into money in the bank.
So much untapped potential in those fields. What were those farms thinking? Well, they were thinking, mate, if they didn't make food, they were going to die. Let's try and get on his good side, because he can probably exploit his greed.
Spoken like a true pragmatist. Very good. Perhaps we can work together. So let's come to terms. I want your muscle and your brains. What do you want? Money? Power? Something else?
We're in it for the money. Let's not say power, because he'll get suspicious.
A very good thing to want, and so easy to get. Work for me, and you'll have plenty of it. And it'll only get better as we go on. Rodea is only the beginning, a beachhead. Soon we'll be expanding our operations to all LA. Are you ready to work?
What do you want us to do?
Right. Good. First assignment. Just to see how you do with simple instructions. We've convinced almost all the farmers to convert their fields to agave plants, but there are still a few holdouts. One is a woman named Jess, who still wants to grow broccoli or some such garbage. This kind of uncivic behavior cannot be tolerated. I want you to sell these agave cuttings to Jess for 40 bullets and convince her to start planting, by any means necessary. Then bring me back what she paid. And if you don't succeed, don't bother coming back. Do well with Jess, and I'll know you're ready for bigger things.
Hey, I just saw these guys over at Dante's.
Did you, my dear? Well, I'm glad they know the way. They may be returning there soon. Carry on, Rangers.
Denji, don't like me talking to strangers. What are you
Big
doing
Gun
with this one,
has to
Denji?
go to the toilet.
Hmm? Oh, it's fine, babe. Fine.
Oh, Big Gun, like the no clothes on one. Best.
Right.
What do you think of this one, Denji?
Hmm? Oh, it's fine, babe.
Gonna
Fine.
do that. Right. Let's go and talk to the mayor.
Alert! Synth attack at the front gate. Someone tell Dingler. We've got trouble.
Right. Simps. Right, let's just take him up.
Since they're coming over the wall.
Let's see if we can't do something about this, shall we? Maybe we can get them to kill some of the guards. God, these guys are tough. They won't last long though if they keep killing themselves. I'll lure them into the town. As long as I don't go for my people. Let's just pull back for a second. Right. Let's sprint. If we can get them to fight as many of the guys as possible, that would be good, and we kill off as many of their people as we can. Why are they coming after my people? Yeah. He's down. Why aren't they attacking the other guards? No, this sucks. Right, we're gonna have to fight them. Missed. Okay. Let's punch it again. I don't understand why it's not coming off. Okay, so apparently these guys aren't responding, which is really useful. Thanks for telling me. He's bleeding out. Just shoot him. I was hoping that we would kill off some of the guards, but apparently that's not going to work. We got some of them, we got the gate people anyway. These guys just stood around doing nothing. Maybe the AI glitched. Cool.
Copy, Ranger Team Echo. Echo
Get
1.
everybody leveled up.
Congratulations, Echo 1.
So first him. Right, what do we need? Oh, I'd like to try and get along to the end of the sniper. The problem is he's my main lock picking person. So I really need him to be actually able to pick locks. No. It hurts me to do it. It really does. He's got 7 in that. So we could break down doors, repair, demo perhaps. Who's the final person? Her, right. All her stuff is maxed out. I might just start dumping stuff into Kiss Ass, because it's useful for her. Right. I was disappointed that we couldn't actually get a chance to fight the. Well, I was hoping they were going to basically get the other guards involved, but it's not. It didn't happen. So he gets more ammunition. He gets his. Well, we're basically getting back all the stuff we had to hand over to these idiots. Ooh, motorbike helmet. No, that's not too bad. I mean, it's not really a motorbike helmet, I'm not going to, I'd say, but are the traders? Oh, of course, traders are still alive. Trade. Never underestimate someone's ability to survive all combat situations by hiding. Right, unload all the junk. That's what I predominantly wanted to get rid of. So that. I still have no idea what we use that for. We don't need that, so I'm going to sell it. So you can have that. It's not as good as what he's carrying. apply vomiting, yeah, but I prefer raw damage. Right, there we go. Why is she overloaded? Yeah, probably need to get rid of the fixings as well. Let's go and talk to the mayor quickly. It was annoying, I was hoping we would be able to get them into a fight with the Sims. Didn't work. Burnt by the sun, blooded and bruised by past violence, and locked in a cage for sizes too small, but somehow he's still smiling.
Please excuse my unfortunate state, strangers. My new constituents are practical jokers.
New constituents?
The, leather jerks. Thinking back on it, their name really should have tipped me off.
Leather Jerks is their name.
Indeed, that's what they call themselves. I wouldn't think of calling them that as a pejorative. I hired these, jerks to help us after we had some trouble with the children of the Citadel. Well, we are certainly secure now, indeed. The jerks have secured my house for their headquarters and our towers for their fortress. I have never felt more secure.
Who are the children of the Citadel?
Strange, half-mechanical cultists from the south. They claimed we had reneged on a trade agreement with their leader Matthias and were only taking what was owed to them. But they wanted the whole town. That's why I called in the jerks. Siths were raiding our produce shipments and storming our walls. Maybe I should have asked the Mannerites instead. But that Mr. Manners just rubs me the wrong way somehow.
What do you think of Matthias?
Only what I hear on the radio. Always promising everybody a better life of peace and prosperity, but he seems more interested in war and conquest. I wish he'd go away.
You don't like the Mannerites?
Well, they're very polite, but that's not the same as nice, is it?
You're the mayor of Rodai?
Well, I believe I'm the former mayor now. I really did try to do something for this town. It was just the wrong thing.
Why are you in a cage up? Why are you caged up like that?
Caged is a strong word. I prefer enjoying enforced contemplation. And as the mayor and the man who invited these, leather jerks into our fair city, I have many sins to contemplate. So I try not to look on my situation in a negative way. Indeed, I believe it's doing me a power of good.
Great, so he's delusional from lack of water. Speaking of help, do you need any?
Help? Me? Oh, heavens no, I'm fine. Plenty more contemplating to do. But if you wanted to help the town, you might ask my old constituents. They'd probably love some help getting rid of my new constituents.
Which of your constituents need help?
Well, let's see. There's Ulrich at the saloon, Dr. Horchata at the clinic, Mr. Gecko at the bank, and not to mention my poor son. You might also see how things are in Limbo Town, where most of our farmers live. I was about to call for an investigation of a sickness that has swept through the townsfolk there, but I didn't get the chance before the jerks so kindly gave me this time to reflect.
Gecko.
Last I saw, Mr. Gecko was deep in conversation with the leaders of the jerks. Well, I had one of those conversations with him, and I ended up here, so I don't care to think what may have happened to him.
Well, he's working for the bad guys now. Your son's in trouble?
Yes. I fear the jerks are torturing him. You see, now that I've become the mayor, he's taken over the family business, our distillery. The jerks have taken quite an interest in learning our old family recipe for tequila, and I'm very much afraid they're trying to beat it out of poor Chris. If you could see your way clear to rescuing him, I would be very much obliged.
Did they torture you for the recipe?
Yes, but I don't know it. I always left the running of the distillery to my employees, much more interested in politics. Chris, on the other hand, is very hands-on. Learned the business at the knee of my old foreman, Ernesto, before he passed away. In fact, the only place that recipe exists, other than in Chris's head, is in Chris's safe deposit box in the bank. And these days, I'm not sure that's the safest place for it. Listen, you look trustworthy. If you wouldn't mind doing me a personal favor, if you save Chris, could you ask him to take the tequila recipe out of the bank and give it to you for safekeeping? Or if you somehow find your way into the bank, could get it and hold on to it for me until I'm out of this cage? I promise, I will make it worth your while.
How do you know we're trustworthy?
You're right. I don't have a very good track record on that, do I? I mean, I thought the leather jerks were trustworthy. But, well, I just like the cut of your collective jibs, so I'm gonna go with my gut, and hope I got it right this time.
You own a distillery?
Indeed, the Von Grass Distillery, home of the hard-boiled tequila. We're one of the largest distilleries in the LA wetlands, but the jerks seem to want to enlarge it still more and convert all our farmland to agave production to supply it. A ridiculous notion. What would we all eat?
How worth it is it to you?
Well, I am the richest man in Rhodia. At least I was. And I probably still will be if you get rid of the jerks as soon as possible. The longer they're in power, the more time they have to spin my scrap, so maybe you should hurry along. Come back anytime. I'll just be hanging.
I thought I had patience.
He's definitely patient, that guy. That's for sure. Why is he over encumbered suddenly? Let's just quickly go back to them, see if we can get this woman to go to her husband. No, she's here. Beatrice looks as trashy as usual. Where does she get those dresses?
Back to kiss Dangler's boots again, strangers? It suits you.
Dante agreed to show you where his fortune is, but only if you come along alone.
He did? Fantastic. Where are we going? And, no need to mention this to Denji, alright?
Dante said to meet him at the shed on his farm.
That old wreck? I swear I looked in there already. Oh well, I must have missed the secret hiding place. Okay, I'll be there as soon as I can get away. See you soon, strangers.
Right. So that's updated our logbook. Town of Red Eye. Convinced farmers to plant. Right, convinced Burgess to meet Dante at his farm. We told Burgess to meet Dante at his shed. Right, okay. I take it that's not going to work though. Right, he's in here. Let's see if we can find the boy. Right. I think he's in there. This place looks inspired poetry. Right. There's that. Right. Distillery doesn't smell like the others. It smells like it's boiling water. The clear liquid drips from the spout. You taste it distilled water. Here comes the boss guy.
I thought you were going.
But we work for Dengle.
So you're the ones. Well, you still shouldn't be in here. If you want to look around before you go, go ahead. Just keep your hands off the tequila. I've got enough trouble with the guards drinking it.
How is the tequila?
They tell me it's the finest booze in the LA wetlands, but I wouldn't know. I don't drink. That's why Dangler gave me the job. He needed somebody sober to watch all these dipsos.
If you don't drink booze, what do you drink?
The distillery also bottles distilled water. I drink that. With the heat in here, I have to. I carry a bottle of it at all times. Delicious. Then go.
Radio. I think he's in there, but we'll do take care of this next episode. I've been Cornish-Knight. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam, and leave a comment in the comment section. I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.